Top 5 reasons that make Molise the new coolest region to visit in Italy, after Basilicata, Maradia, Matera, Craco. We planned a road trip to another even more uncharted territory of continental Italy, the Molise region. There is a reason why Molise is off the tourist radar. It is one of Italy's most discreet and geographically most unusual regions. It became an independent region only in 1963. After being part of the Abruzzi e Molise region. It is also the second smallest region of Italy with no airport, only 40 kilometers of motorway along the coast, and 2 major roads flowing from the coast inwards. Molise is a mountainous region with a wealth of little gems scattered all over the territory, often in the most unexpected places, or hidden in nearly inaccessible mountain villages at the end of scenic but challenging roads. All of this, of course, makes it a paradise for travelers wishing to explore Italy on an offbeat road trip. After a 1,000 kilometers road trip in a sanctuary of peace and silent poetry, a land of unspoiled nature, stunningly diverse landscapes, amazing history and traditions, delicious local wine and food, and of a hospitable, noble and independent people, here are at least 5 reasons that make us say that Molise is the new coolest region to visit in Italy. Number 5. Villages wrapped around rock pinnacles that defy every law of physics. The center of Molise is characterized by a collection of impressive sedimentary rocks, locally known as Morge, of which the oldest ones are of marine origin. A park known as the Parco del Morge Cenasic del Molise has been established to celebrate this unique natural phenomenon. The name of the park derives from the fact that the rocks came into existence about 66 million years ago, at the beginning of the Cenozoic era, when the Earth's continents moved into their current positions. The 10 villages that are part of the park offer possibilities for trekking, hiking, biking, and climbing. At about 5 kilometers of Pietracupa there is also the Morgia of Pietravalle, with hints of ancient rock dwellings. Legend has it that it was used as a shelter for brigands, reason why it came to be known as Morgia dei Briganti. Number 4. Amazing viaducts and castles. After a while on the road, one gets the impression that Molise must be the Italian region, with the highest ratio of viaducts per square kilometers. Some of these viaducts are true works of engineering art, as they seem to have been built with the utmost care as to not disfigure the natural landscape, instead of taking the straightest and most low-cost solution, tracing through hills and villages, as is unfortunately too often the case. A perfect example is the viaduct over Lake Guardialfiera, that was traced around Monte Peloso, which creates both a unique view and unusual sensation when driving over the water. The small region also has a considerable number of castles dating from the Lombard, Norman, and Angevin ages, among which the Castle of Vinafro, the Angevin Castle of Civitacum Pomerano, the Montfort Castle of Campobasso, the Castle of Tufara, the Castle of Pescolanciano, the Castle of Ricamandalfia, the Gambetisa Castle and, of course, the Svivo Castle of Termoli and the Castle of Campobasso, just to name a few. Number 3. Remote little villages that look like they come straight out of a storybook. Apart from the 2 province capitals, Isernia and Campobasso, the beautiful seaside town of Termoli, and a few smaller, but historically important towns, see. Unknown. Most of Molise's population lives in relatively remote mountain villages. Out of the 136 communes of the Région, 111 are real mountain villages, and another 12 are partially mountainous. Many settlements in Molise were not built in the valleys or on the mountain slopes, but on the very top of the mountains, which creates a very unique and surprising landscape. It is relatively rare to see isolated single residences. Houses are usually grouped in small clusters or hamlets, leaving the rest of the territory often completely uninhabited. Most of these villages are so atmospheric that we could easily imagine a famous fiction author plotting a novel here. Number 2. An incredible maze of beautiful, interesting mountain roads for an offbeat road trip. The network of major roads is scarce, with only 1 motorway along the coast and 2 highways flowing from the coast inward. That is also precisely the reason why the territory is so well preserved. Instead, the region is relatively well interconnected, thanks to a maze of smaller back roads and asphalted rural roads. However, don't expect these smaller, local roads to be smooth like billiard tables all the way. As 78.7% of the territory is mountainous, a lot of these roads end up being winding mountain roads, including with the occasional dips, potholes, and traces of landslides. This be said, it are precisely these smaller roads that are often the most interesting ones. When not the only access to a village of interest, it suffices to open a road map where scenic roads are highlighted, in green, for example, on Michelin road maps, to note that the concentration of scenic roads is exceptionally high, as compared to the surface of the territory, and that many of them are of the local type, B and C roads, in yellow and white on maps, respectively. So, this is definitely a region that is best explored the old-school way with a good paper road map and asking directions, rather than relying exclusively on a GPS. Most of the time the GPS will probably not indicate the most interesting locations or backroads of the region anyway. Number 1. Treasure trove of secret places and hidden gems. Traveling in Molise is really akin to going on a treasure hunt. The myriad of secret spots and little gems in the most unusual places is what characterizes this region. Like this marvelous crypt with frescoes dating from the 14th century Sienese school in a small, modest village, Sant'Angelo in Grat, or that ancient Roman mausoleum dedicated to a VIP of the 1st century AD in the middle of a sheep trail, next to a working farm in Altilia, or this impressive theater built in the 2nd century BC outside a village with less than 850 inhabitants, Petrabondante, or that Abbey San Vincenzo al Volturno, dating from the 7th century, that was completely dismantled and carried across the river, to be reconstructed on the other bank of the river seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Be prepared to reroute and reschedule your day trips a lot, as this is the land where is does not rain cats and dogs, but where secret and unexpected little treasures keep popping on the road. Subscribe to our channel for more similar videos.